I'm Najee Ali. We're here today, a coalition of faith and community leaders with an urgent message. As the federal government continues to affect millions of Americans across the nation, right now, living in South LA, we have a concern for our community, our residents, because we do know that on the 1st of November, thousands of residents losing their benefits, their SNAP benefits, EBT benefits, WIC benefits, and it's going to be a crisis. So we are here asking the community to S.O.S, that's Save Ourselves. We're asking everyone who has the ability to drop off food donations, diapers, essentials. You can drop them off at selected drop-off sites, which we will post on social media. But right now, we must come together collectively to save ourselves, because we're going to face a crisis when these benefits are shut off.
Let's thank Najee Ali, who brought us here together. We want to thank him. But more importantly, this time calls us together. This issue calls us forward to respond to the needs of the community. The scripture tells us that the most needed and the most responsive people that the Lord looks to are orphans, are widows and children. And here we are in a time where our government has stepped back and left out and left behind orphans, widows, children, and mothers. And so since the government has left them behind, it's time for us to step forward. Since the government has shut down, it's time for us to open up. And we're going to open up our hands that we might give to those individuals, open up our hearts that we might serve those individuals, open up our resources that we might be recipients of all of those that want to bring resources, to drop off food, to bring money, and to bring diapers, and to bring other essential resources for children and mothers, for kids, for all of those who are standing to lose all of their benefits come November 1. The facts are that there are 390,000 individuals in the 2nd District of Los Angeles County that will lose CalFresh benefits come November 1. There is really no way in which we all can serve them, but we all can serve one. We all can serve two. We all can do what we can with what we can while we can. And so I'm urging you to hear this plea to save ourselves and to bring resources to the locations that we shall identify.
Thank you, Pastor Nelson and Brother Ali. I just think it's important for us to understand that for such a time as this, we have an opportunity to rise. Throughout history, we see that the church has been responsive and called upon when moments of time where the government has abandoned the people. This is such a time as this, that we have to be responsive, not just in the words that we speak, but also in the needs that we meet. And so God is calling us to really do a great work together in our community. But beyond our community, what we establish here today will go abroad, not just here in LA County, not just the state, but I believe the nation, where churches and communities of faith will rise up and take back our rightful place in our communities. It used to be a time where people can go to our churches and receive services. Was now a call for the churches to open up their doors, their hearts, and their purse strings to allow ourselves to meet the need of our people. This is such a time as this. We cannot abandon ourselves at this time. I think that there is an important word in the Chinese culture that is called Whitey, and Whitey means that when there's a crisis, there's also an opportunity. And I believe that this is a unique opportunity God is using us to rise up and meet the need of the people. We have the resources, we have the manpower, and we have the will. Let's rise up and take back and show what the kingdom of God is able to do in terms of serving our people. This is an unprecedented time that we're living in, but it's not surprising God. God is in control of this moment, and so we need to use our collective energies, our collective resources, our collective homes of worship to be a blessing blessing and a deposit in our community so that people know that they can come, not just hear a word, but see the word being manifested in the lives of his people. God bless you. I look forward to working with you.
And very thankful to be here to answer the call, respond to this particular need right now. It is urgent, and we are really excited for the opportunity. We want to meet this challenge right now, and I'm thankful to be with these collaborators, faith leaders, community, faith-based organizations, entrepreneurs who are willing to step up and share. And as Holy Tabernacle members know, we will step up and we will share what we have. We can be reached at holytabernacleofgod.com. We share food on fourth Fridays of each month. In November, we will be sharing on the second and third Friday of the month. And we will collaborate again with various faith leaders around the community to continue to share. But we are responding and we are here. We want the community to know we are here. We're not going anywhere. We want to stand up for you, and we will. God bless.
There are some mothers who right now are trying to find what are they going to do with their children come November 1st while they're going to school and going to work, and they've had their aid to the school cut off. There are other mothers who are trying to figure out how they're going to feed their families come November 1st when they're having their aid and their resources cut off. And what happens is we hold them accountable for how their children are raised. We hold them accountable for how their children eat. So I want to ask a question. Do we change the laws come November 1st to not hold them so accountable for the resources that they lost that's not in their own doing? So as one of the leaders of Second Call, I want to encourage everyone to drop off whatever you have at 5110 Obama Boulevard. That's in Los Angeles, 90016. I want to encourage everyone in South Central LA to drop off your whatever it is you have to give to children, whether it's diapers, milk, whatever it is, to 7625 South Central Avenue in the city of Los Angeles at Chuco's Justice Center. I also want to encourage you guys at 236 West Mountain Street in the city of Pasadena on Friday to drop things off. We're at 236 West Mountain Street and it's Suite 108B. At any one of these three locations, someone will be there to take your donation, whatever it is, so we can help our community. The one thing I love, first of all, thank the pastor, Pastor Nelson, for having us here, Najee Ali for always thinking about the people in the community, but I also want to thank all of you for what you're going to do, and the fact that S.O.S. stands for Save Ourselves. The life you save may be your own.
We need each other. We've always needed each other, and now is the time for us to step forward and answer the call for our neighbor. Who is your neighbor? That one next to you, that one across the street, that one is sleeping in the street. Those are your neighbors. Those are the ones who need your help now. I was at an emergency conference maybe a week or so ago, and they were talking about emergency preparedness, talking about floods, fires, earthquakes. Well, we need to be prepared for something like this because the person who feeds you can also starve you. We need to be in a position where we can depend on one another to help and to feed ourselves. This is what we're called to do, day in and day out, to do the work.
Thank you for being here. I'm Whitey from Whitey's Enterprise, Urban Recovery, Los Angeles. And we do something special in the neighborhood. We feed the kids every day before they go home. But the crazy thing about what's about to happen in the community is the kids ain't gonna have no food. The disaster is already here. And we have not prepared ourselves for this moment. Cheryl Branch, she did what she needed to do. She called this together. And we trying to ask all of you guys to get in line, help us out so we can feed these kids. Again, you can stop on 52nd and Main at our church. We pass out food every Thursday. We do this every Thursday. We've been doing it for the last 10 years. And we only ask you guys to come aboard, help us out, because the United States of America is about to starve. And nobody don't want to accept that at this moment. But right now, we're in a crisis that none of us can really get ourselves out. And we got to yell at our congressmen, our senators, and tell them, make the deal, open the place, get these kids back their steps, or they're going to starve.
Our last speaker will be someone who's actually a recipient of the benefits that will unfortunately be lost on the 1st of November. So she can speak to that and tell her own story.
Here I hold an EBT card. Most people in our community hold this EBT card, right? It's going to take us to save us. We do understand that the food bank has been in overdrive and trying to distribute our food for our community. And we do understand that there is a shutdown. but also our community to take accountability. I understand that we do rely on the government to assist us, right? So when we open our hands and we put it out, we cannot be mad of when they don't put anything in our hand. I also want to speak to the community. I've been speaking with some executives of these stores, Walmart, Ralph's, Food for Less. And they're thinking about shutting down their stores, right? Because they said that they don't want no one to come in there and loot. So I'm asking you guys to also be mindful of when this happened, not to go into these stores and take from them, right? Because we're already on the brink of these stores leaving our community, as we can see. It's gonna take us to save us. There's a lot of leaders here, and I hear their voices, and I hear what they're offering to the community, but it's time for action, right? And I think it's gonna take the community to also be involved, and we can do this. We just have to have faith and trust in that we can. It's been done before, where the village took care of the community, and we just have to tap back into that, and we have to understand it's gonna take us to save us. No one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. Shout out to the food bank. They're in overdrive. I see the military, they're in overdrive, and they're doing volunteer work, even though they might not be getting paid themselves. They're in overdrive trying to get these foods out to the community. I also want to let people know that not all benefits are going to be disrupted. Cash Fresh is going to be disrupted, but CalWorks and Cal Payments are not. SSI is not going to be disrupted. So the cash aspect of it is not going to be disrupted, but the Cal Fresh is going to be disrupted. Even though you might not get November 1st, when the government does shut down, they will be back paying you from the months that it was shut down. So keep that in mind too.
I am grateful for the coalition that is here because we can save ourselves. In the words of one of the greatest black leaders in our history, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "Do for self." That was his message to the Nation of Islam and to Black America. And right now, that message still resonates. Do for self. Do for self. And we can do it. Last year, we saw how everyone rallied behind those who had lost everything in the Palisades fire and the Eden fires. There was donations to help those who needed it the most. And right now, we know November 1st, we're going to need donations to help those who need it most in South Central LA. So grateful for Pastor Nelson for offering his True LA Church as a drop-off center this Friday, as well as Skipp Townsend from Second Call. Please drop off supplies at those locations, and we'll be working on the issue, so you'll hear more from us next week.
Again, we want to say thank you to all these individuals that stand behind us and stand with us. Unprecedented moments call for unprecedented movements. And here we are standing together, arm in arm, saying we're going to respond to the call. The call is that we respond so that we're able to service the needs of the individuals who will lose their benefits, who will lose resources, who will lose the opportunity to get fresh food in local grocery stores. We can't do it all, but we're going to do what we can while we can with what we have. And so we encourage you to come out to this location, drop off your items of resources starting at 10 a.m., 1254 West Manchester on Friday, October 31st, starting at 10 a.m. Drop off your resources and we'll redistribute them. We want to thank all of you for coming out. Thank all of you for being here. And let's get to work and save ourselves.